You don't need as much stuff as you think when you go on holiday. What you can see in front of you right now is everything, well, almost everything, that I took on our last trip abroad. Wait for the bus, head over to the airport terminal, check in, where we go. This is everything that I thought I needed in order to be able to work remotely, capture great memories so that I could bore the grandchildren with when we got back, and also create content for this YouTube thing. But it turns out, less is in fact more. Let me show you what I mean. Now, I didn't need, and therefore didn't use, most of what you see in this photo. I just ended up carrying it around the east coast of the US for no reason at all. So I have put together 5 what I believe are essential travel tech items, and I use the word items very loosely here. You'll understand why in a minute. That I believe a digital nomad type of person, well, me, needs in order to be able to work remotely, capture and create memories, and create content for YouTube, all while away from home. So with that in mind, number 1. Here we go. Now, I'm currently getting ready to head off to the Alps in a couple of weeks for an upcoming snowboarding trip. And while I'm out there, I'm going to be testing some gear that's been sent to me so we can see exactly how it operates and how good it really is in the actual real world, not just some setup review studio. So make sure you keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. But while I'm away, I still need to be able to work as normal. I want to be able to put together some great footage, capture some memories, and create some content for you as well. And the central hub when I'm traveling is this, my MacBook Pro. This is in fact a 2019 13-inch base spec MacBook Pro. And it has so far been able to handle everything that I've thrown at it. Remote client video calls, photo and video editing, program writing, you name it, it's been doing it without even batting an eyelid. The battery life now is starting to fade and it's a bit questionable, but as long as I'm close to a power source or a power outlet, I don't let that worry me. I am tempted to replace it, and Zoe keeps telling me that I should do. She's got the new MacBook Air, which is a better piece of kit than this is, but I know how my brain works, and the word Pro just sells me every single time. So at such point as I do replace this, I know the MacBook Air is better than what I've got now, and therefore I don't need anything more than that MacBook Air. But if there's a Pro, my brain's gonna go, Tim, buy the Pro. So first bit of essential travel tech, for me at least, this is the central hub of everything that I do tech-wise while I'm traveling, MacBook Pro. Okay, number 2 on the essential travel tech list is this. This is my iPhone 16 Pro. There's that word Pro again, I just can't get away from it. I can do everything that I need to with this. Photos, videos, client calls, emails, messaging, all that kind of like running the business on the go type of stuff. And any footage I take, well, I can just download that to an external SSD drive. Stick around because that's in a different section of some essential tech that we should be taking with us when we're doing this sort of thing. And off of that SSD drive, I can then transfer it onto my MacBook, where I can do all the editing bits and pieces that are required for this. However, I'm going to be taking one other camera with me, and that's this one, the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro action camera. If you're interested to know more about this camera and why I think it's so good, you can click that link up here. I've got some top tip videos on how to get the best out of this without it being super complicated. Honestly, just go fully auto all the way. It's the future. And now there is one other camera that I'm going to take with me, at least I think I'm going to take with me on this trip, and that's this one that you're looking at right now. So if I switch this on, film you, yes, that's this one here, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So I'm going to be taking you on this with me because, well, I want to see how it's. I actually really like this camera. I think for vlogging it's very good. I like the blurry background thing it does. I know this thing is perfectly fine for vlogging, but we'll see how this one goes. I am going to try and use this one as much as possible. I got some bits and pieces to test for it as well. They're in this little box here. I'm not going to tell you what these are just yet. You'll have to stick around and subscribe. Make sure we find out what they've got to do with this and how they're going to make this even better. And the only way to find out how good this really is as an action camera and to see what else it can do, vlogging and photos and all that kind of stuff, is to put it to use in the real world, not just in a nice warm little bat cave like this. So, number 2 is the cameras. I only really need one, my iPhone 16 Pro. Gonna take this one, the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro action camera, and I'm gonna take you with me on this, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 vlogging style selfie camera. Essential, this one. Not essential, this one. Not essential, what you're watching. Or maybe this is essential because it's an action holiday. I keep banging on about this action holiday. I'm going to stop banging on about that now. Let's move on to number 3. All right, just jumping in here very quickly. If you're enjoying this video, you're getting something from it, or perhaps you're just enjoying hanging out, then don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Consider pressing subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming future videos. I got loads of bits and pieces to test out. You're going to want to see this one about the old Garmin watch against the Apple side of things and why I might be tempted to go back to Garmin. Anyway, I'm not going to say any more than that. Press subscribe, you'll be able to find out. All right, let's get back to it. All right then, number 3, and I'm calling this section peripherals because we kind of need these things to go with the essential items. And remember I said right at the beginning I was using the word items very loosely. Well, this section isn't just one thing, it is a selection of things. And I've just randomly picked these bits and pieces up. I'm going to streamline this even more. So what do we need first of all? Well, phone. I don't need anything for this other than a charger. I'll come on to that in a bit. Action camera. Here is my action camera. With my action camera, I need my batteries. So I've got to take batteries with it. I'm also going to need an extendable selfie stick because, well, you've got to get those shots when you're screaming down the slopes, right, with the selfie stick. I'm also going to need some form of tripod, of which I've got here. And we've got the quick release magnetic mounts on there for that. I want to put a little clip on my backpack so that I can attach camera to that. So that's what that is. And maybe we're going to be getting some funky shots on cars. So I've got a suction mount, magic ball mount thing here. And then we've got another form of chest strap harness thing that you can use with your backpack. And then we move on to lenses. ND filters to be precise. Oh, and a CPL filter. Now, Telesin, they've sent me these things to try out, and I figured, where's the best place to properly put these types of things to the test? It's super bright, high light, or potentially low light, super color change areas like being up in the mountains in the winter. I've never used these before. I know how to use them, and you know I'm an advocate for just going fully auto and letting the camera do all the heavy lifting. But Telesin, like I said, have sent these to me to try out. We're going to try them out and see how good we can actually make some footage. I keep hearing about cinematic footage and reading about it, but no one really gives you the full picture, for want of a better word, on how to do it. Super easy. Don't worry, I got you covered. Full video on that coming very soon, where I'm going to be reviewing these properly and some other bits and pieces. Now, if you're shopping around for some accessories for your camera, whether it's your phone or an action camera, where even if it's a GoPro, a DJI, Insta360, something like that, you can click the link below. That'll take you through to the Telesin website. Now, like I said, those guys have sent these ND filters for me to try out, so I'll be able to let you know how good they are. And you'll also be able to get 10% off your order if you use my code, which will be on the bottom of the screen or in that link below. So check them out if you're looking for some accessories for your camera. All right, let's get straight back to the next one. Okie dokie, number 4. Now this is quite an important one. I've called this one the charging system because, well, everything needs power, doesn't it? Whether it's your camera, whether it's your phone, or charging up your batteries, or anything like that, or even your watch. And you may have noticed this is not an Apple Watch. More videos coming soon on why that is as well. So the charging system, everything needs power. Well, with the invention of USB-C, which is brilliant, it means we only need one cable and one plug. Yes, I know this is a UK plug and I'm going to France, but I couldn't find my French one, so this one I'll do for the minute. Now, when I say one cable, I do actually mean one cable and one cable only. However, because I'm trying out a new watch, I want to push this thing to the limit. I'm going to take the cable for this as well, which means I'm technically going to be taking 2 cables. Now the whole point of this video was streamlining the kit down, right? And I just seem to be adding things to it. But I don't want to be out there and hammer the GPS of the watch too hard and it'll die on me. So I'm just taking that as a just in case, but I will report back on whether you need it or not, so don't worry on that. All right, the 5th and final essential travel tech item that I think we need, or I need, is, and I've shown you this before already, it's actually your mobile phone. This thing will do everything, like literally everything. I don't need to take cameras because I can do it on this. I've got a nice little case on here so I can hold it in a little tripod. Snowboarding down the hill, I'm not worried about it, it's waterproof. I'm not extreme enough to be doing anything mega where I'm worried about slamming it into rocks or anything like that, so I could just use that. But where's the fun in being sensible like that? Let's take something else with us to play around with it. At least that's how I see it. So essential travel tech item number 5 is your phone. Are you ready for the bonus? Now you may or may not have noticed, but next to that subscribe button at the bottom, there's a new one called join. Well, if you want to join the old dog's new tricks section of my YouTube channel, give that button a click. I've got some behind the scenes stuff for you, some regular updates, some members only bits and pieces as well, all for the price of a coffee. So consider buying me a coffee. That helps me out, that helps me make these videos. The more of us that can be in there, the better we can make this stuff and the more good things that I can bring to you. However, on the outside of things, nothing is going to change. Still going to be making these videos, travel, vlogging, tech bits and pieces, all middle-aged bloke type of stuff where we just want to mess around with things and see how it goes. So just click that little join button and I'll see you on the other side. So there you have it, some essential travel tech items that we probably still don't need to be packing and carrying around with us because we most likely won't be using, but leave that up to me. I'll figure all that out and let you know how much I can streamline this down to even more after this upcoming trip. But here's a question for you. What are your thoughts on this? Could you legit just get by with only your mobile phone? Or do you feel that we should be taking some other bits and pieces with us? Genuinely interested to know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, I really want to know your thoughts on that one. Before you go, make sure you check out this video over here on the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. There's some really good hidden features in there that I've been using a lot and I'm going to be making the most of on when I'm up in the mountains. I'm going to talk you through those, so give that a watch. That's well worth watching. All right, as ever, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.